Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, November the 1st, 2022. Tuesday, November the 1st. Okay, so we have Billy. Billy took Chelsea back to her room, um, away from the crowd. I thought he was going to take her down. I thought he said to get some tea or something, but he took her to her room, which was good because she did not need to be around, a lot of people. So he did take her there, and he's trying to talk to her, but she's very, very angry with him and upset with him, because, of course, she wanted to end her pain. But before I finish, well, you know what? I think I will dive into that. So he talks her down pretty much. Um, he talks to her, lets her know he's not going anywhere. The only thing I did not like, but then you know what? I honestly don't know how to handle the situation because I wouldn't take that on my own. I would initially, try to get the person help. Um, he says he wasn't going anywhere. He was going to stay with her. He said, you know what, Chelsea, you're very, very tired. Let's let you lay down and get some rest. But Adam was knocking on the door. Chelsea, Chelsea, I just need to know, are you okay? Is everything all right? Are you in there? To me, Adam, they're still married. Adam cares for Chelsea deeply. And when he was knocking on the door, Chelsea wasn't afraid. Chelsea wasn't saying like, no, 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 not Adam. It was Billy saying, no, no, like, shh, don't say nothing. Just he didn't want it answered. As a matter of fact, uh, Adam texts Chelsea, and Billy reaches into her phone and stops it. Like gets rid of the message chime. And I'm like, wait, Billy, you are really overstepping. And then Adam texts, he calls Billy. Billy doesn't answer. And then he texts him. And Adam shows Chelsea that text, is Chelsea okay? Adam, she is the mother of his child. Just like Billy. She's the mother of one of his, but really never was his. It's his and Victoria's, right? If something were to happen to Victoria and she was gonna, do something like this, or she was in a real, real bad headspace, which she was. Remember with Ashlyn? What did the Newmans do? Oh, they circled around her and put up a barricade where Billy was concerned. Wouldn't tell him anything. He would try to get information, and they locked him out because Victor's like, we will take care of, Billy boy, this doesn't concern you. And he's like, well, that's the mother of my child. Okay, so whenever he gets a chance to do the same thing, look at what he did to Adam because it was Adam. Adam would have called Sharon to come and talk to Chelsea. He absolutely would have done that. Okay, which is what Billy ended up doing. Billy went into the bathroom while she was sleeping, called Sharon, and said she had a bad episode. He was afraid to leave her, doesn't know what to do. Could she come right away? And please keep it private. Don't tell anybody. Adam happens to come into the coffee house, and Sharon's trying to get ready, and she's like, oh no. And Adam's like, have you seen Billy and Chelsea? She left I had her up at Noah's club, and she left abruptly, and Lily, and I found them up on the roof, and Chelsea did not look right. It looked like something had happened. I bet Billy did something. And this is what he's telling Lily when he came back downstairs. Did Billy come back down here? And then he told Lily what he saw. And I bet Billy said something to her to upset her. And she goes, why would you say that, Adam? Because she did not look right. And he's going on and on. He goes, Billy would not have said nothing to upset her. Lily was almost saying the same thing to Adam that she said to Billy when he was talking about Adam. You don't know that, So needless to say, Sharon doesn't say anything because Billy asked her, this is private, this patient information. But look, that's her husband, right? But okay. So Sharon goes over and Billy meets her out in the hallway and he tells her what happened. And he tells her she would have jumped off of the roof. And she still wants to end the pain. She still wants to end her life, So Sharon says, okay. So they go back in and he goes, Chelsea. And she kind of looks up and he brings Sharon in and Chelsea sees her. And Sharon did an excellent, excellent job with talking to Chelsea. An excellent job. And what kind of got through to Chelsea is Sharon had to bring up Ray. Ray would want you to get help. Ray saw she really broke it down and she finally got Chelsea to admit or to give them permission to take her to get some help. Because it's like Sharon said, she needs a 72-hour watch. She needs it. So that probably tomorrow, either they're going to show it or we're going to know that that's where they went. Because I don't know how deep they're truly going to go into her, them taking her there. So yeah, that was, she did the Billy, you had no right. It was my decision. And he's like, no, I wasn't going to let you do that. You could be mad at me all you want, but no, I would not let that happen. So while Billy was in the bathroom before Sharon got there, he called Lily. And Lily's like, you ditched me at the club? And he goes, I'm sorry about that, but she's in a bad way. She's this and that. She's, and I can't leave her. And Lily said, should I be worried? And he goes, not in the way you think, no, but it's serious, and I've had to call Sharon. And so he tells Lily, Sharon is here now. She just, because he hears Sharon knock, he goes, she just got here, Lily, I have to go. So Lily knows it's something really bad if he had to call Sharon, because everybody knows Sharon is a psychologist, right? So she doesn't have an office. Look, the coffee house, Crimson Lights is her office, pretty much, right? So Lily's just like, wow, she doesn't know what to say. But anyway, that was the Sharon situation. And then we had Devon. Devon walks into society and there's Nate and Victoria, they're wrapping up his employment, the terms of his contract. She's writing it down on a napkin. They're doing negotiations and Nate is like, can I get a parking space with that? She goes, you live a few blocks away. He goes, yeah, but there'll be some days I will drive and I would like, a parking spot. So she goes, oh, I can make that happen. So Devon walks in and he goes, so that's it. Now I know. And he calls a spade. And they're like, you don't know anything. We're just, because he could hear them wrapping it up. And Victoria's like, he goes, you are hiring Nate. And she said, that's right. He's going to be an executive at Newman. And he goes, so this is who you were trading information to. And Victoria says, well, you're sure jumping to a conclusion. He says, no, I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. And Victoria says, well, before he went to Hamilton Winters, we tried to talk him to join Newman. He just went with family. And so Devon said, well, you know what? But you know exactly what he did to our family. He betrayed our family. And she says, well, you know what? Sometimes working at a family company sometimes it doesn't work working with your family. That's what she's saying, right? And so she's like, and Chancellor's loss is Newman's gain. She says, let's be real. Really, in the business world, you like our competitor. I see the value in Nate. Nate has always been loyal to our family for years. And Devon said, yeah, he has been, hasn't he? And then Devon said, until it doesn't fit with his ambitions, until he feels that it's not going his way, then we're going to see how loyal he is to your family and your company. And Devon's like, look, it's not, Victoria has nothing to do with it. And Devon looks at Nate. He goes, you know what? Don't even try. Don't even try that. Don't insult my intelligence. And here I was thinking it was Tucker and it was Victoria all along. And Victoria's like, well, you know what? At one point she said, Devon, and he goes, what do you think Neil would think of this, Victoria? And she goes, we respected Neil Winters. And she goes, and as a matter of fact, Neil would know that it's not personal, it's just business. And Devon looked at her, he says, that is exactly the way Neil would not feel about this. Neil has worked for your father and his company off and on for years, and Neil was loyal to him. Neil has worked for Catherine Chancellor running her company for years, and he was loyal to her. Now, you decided you wanted to take from Neil's family the one company that he built from scratch with me. Oh, but you respected Neil so much, but you wanted to take the one legacy Neil had to leave. He goes, no, my father, I don't think, something to the effect of he'd be turning in his grave and he'd be disgusted at it. And that's the only thing that made Victoria kind of look down just a bit, because she knew Neil would be, if Neil were still there and they were planning that hostile takeover, she knows exactly how Neil would feel about that. Exactly how. And Devon said, and you know what? It's not that you need the company. You just acquired a whole ton of companies. He goes, you know what? And so he goes, good luck with your hire. Good luck with Neil, but with Nate. And he goes, but I tell you what, you better watch your back, Victoria. Because soon enough, Nate's going to want your job. And then what are you going to do? And she just looked, and Victoria has this smirk look like, no, that's what you think. That's never, no, it's not going to happen. And he just walked away. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm so happy they truly didn't go the whole insider trading thing and they lose the company this way. But now they're going to go another way. Nate's only going to be there for a hot minute. He's only going to do well for a hot minute. He's never run a media company. Wait till he makes his first mistake and has to get reprimanded. Let's see how Nate takes it. Let's see how he and Victoria, because she's going to have to be the heavy. Or is she going to try to tell Nick, Newman Media is you're to look after that division. So you go take care of Nate. Is that what she's going to do? We shall see, right? So now we have Abby. Oh, Chance. But when the stakeout was over, you couldn't, because he goes, no, the stakeout ended early. The perp did another robbery and got arrested. So, I just came here to get a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and just unwind. And you couldn't unwind at home with us? And he goes, no, Abby, I wanted to just unwind, decompress right here, just decompress. Shaking off the job really before he goes home to his wife and baby. Well, you knew how much that I wanted us to be wearing our matching costumes for Halloween. And he goes, yes, I did know how much you wanted to do that, but I did have to go to work. It just ended early. And I'm not, he's thinking, I'm not in the mood to wear matching costumes and go trick-or-treating with a 1-year-old, just over one. So 1 year, 3 months, who's not going to remember it anyway, can't eat any of that candy at all. Okay. Better not be eating candy. And they probably weren't going to really take him anywhere. So she goes, you know, let's just go. So he goes, sit down, Abby. Let's talk about, what's going on. She goes, Chance, are we in trouble? There has to be something's going on here. And he goes, you know what, Abby? You know what? Sit down. I think we do need to talk because there are some things going on here. And I think we should talk about them. Well, then let's go home. Let's go home and talk about it. He goes, no, if we go home, we are going to get sidetracked and we're going to just fall into some other routine. He says, no, here we'll stay focused and we'll stay on track. Well, fine. And so what he ended up telling her is, you resent the fact that I am on the force. You resent the fact that I'm a police detective. You resent that fact. And it comes out every time my job requires me to abruptly leave the house. He says, Abby, criminals commit crimes at very inopportune times. I don't have a strict 9 to 5. You knew that. She goes, yes. And what'd she say? And I accepted, or I put up with it. And he goes, no, really, you don't. He says, you show me in your, in her whole emotions, in her whole demeanor, that she's upset. She goes, yeah, because you choose to leave. No, he goes, you feel I choose to leave my family at any time. He says, and it's not that at all. It's just the time that my job is calling me away. And so she says, no, when you wanted to go undercover, I supported you, even though I didn't want you to go. We had just gotten married. And I thought they told me you were dead and what I went through, and I found you. And then I brought you home, and then I watched you go. It's my dog clearing her throat. Oh my goodness. She's 14 years old. So, unfortunately it's winding down for her. So she goes, and we had to go through all of the PTSD, all of the, the counsel, everything. And I still supported you. And then when you wanted to go back to the force, which I don't know why you would want to do that, a dangerous job again, I still support you. And so she went in, he goes, you know what, Abby, actually you don't. You say you support me because you think that's what I want you to say, but you don't. He goes, you show how much you don't every time I have to leave to go do my job. So you really don't. He says, but as he goes, and because he was saying there are things about each other that not pissing each other off but not disappoint. He used another word, that are kind of contentious or contentious issues between them. And so she goes, well, what about me? What about me that you have a problem with? And he goes, the way that you continue to feel that your father can do no wrong, that I am to look the other way, even when he breaks the law. Because if I don't look the other way, I'm not putting family first. He says, I have a problem with that, Abby. I have a problem with that. And she just looked because she knew she had just done it. She pretty much put a lien on him to close that case because of the illegal thing her father did with Ashlyn's body. And then he goes, but you're fine with my job as long as it can help your family. He said, I have a problem with that. I have to be impartial. And he pretty much is saying, look, I ain't doing that again. I'm not about to let Victor off like that again. He didn't say that, but that's what he meant, because he's alluded to that to her before. So that's not happening again. Because I could lose my badge looking the other way. Because you're saying, well, he protects his family at all costs. Well, no. Not when it comes to breaking the law. No, you don't. So then now Abby's pouty. Oh, she's teary-eyed. Well, since you feel this way, then I've gotta go get some. Hey, he goes, Abby, don't leave like this. Let's finish. No, no, so she goes storming out of the coffee house. She goes back to society, and Devon is still there, because he went to the bar after he walked away from Nate and Victoria, and then Nate and Victoria left. She comes back, and then there's a tray of lemons lemons she's messing with, and the tray falls over, or the lemons fall all over the counter, and she's and Devon gets up like, Abby, what's going on? And she turns on her tear. So she is going to pout, pout, pout again to Devon. See, and she may even fall watch, because we saw this happening when Chance had to leave when they were at the club. She's comforting Devon. Watch her end up crying and end up in Devon's arms. Oh, Devon, I don't know. I try so hard to be a good wife. And Chance is probably coming there to smooth things over, and he's going to be looking at them through the windows, the little square panes of the windows. And he's going to be pissed and walk away probably. We see there's a big divide. Chance is probably going to take another case. he's going to go take another undercover case, because remember, they called him before, probably 6 months ago, and he's like, no, I'm not leaving my family this time. But watch, he'll gladly take something to just escape. So I don't know. It's not going to go well for Chance and Abby. And here's the thing: to me, it's not that Abby is so wrong. Abby is Abby. Abby has always been this pouty. Everything needs to go Abby's way. That is nothing new with Abby. And for the most part, Abby does try to be supportive. She really, really does. Ever since Chance came back, it's like Chance could never get his footing fully. But let's think about it. Chance left right after they got married. He didn't even try to get his footing. Look, he didn't go undercover to go save family or nothing. He just went because he got married, and then they got the bad news that neither of them could have a child. And then to me, when it comes to too much stress or too much like true family dynamics and responsibility, especially when it doesn't go well, when there are issues, Chance's natural inclination is to bolt. It is to leave. That's always been Chance. He's never just stayed in Genoa City. He's never been there long. I honestly don't think Chance has been anywhere too long. So it's like the whole rolling stone kind of syndrome. He's got to be rolling in and out of places, and he's just not happy. And then with Ray dying, it just took him back to where his other partners all died in that explosion and he didn't. And then now Ray dies of this heart attack. I mean, not that he's thinking and I didn't, but still, it's just Chance is not happy with his life, really, which is why he identified with Chelsea. Right? It's why he identified with Chelsea. So let's go to Comment Corner. Lisa says Sasha and Chelsea. Sasha's from General Hospital, that character. And Chelsea did a great job with their storylines. Steffi on The Bold and Beautiful did drug addiction, but it lasted a week. I know her drug addiction didn't last too long at all. They have her well as she want to be. Libby says, thank you for your kind words. Daily Recap Lady, I'm so angry over the weekend. Another vlogger revealed that Chelsea did not jump. That would have made me mad. It took all my suspense away. What's with so many actors leaving the show? On Friday, I was afraid she was going to jump, especially since the show had sensitivity warnings from the beginning. I know they're probably still playing them because they played them today and Monday, the warnings, the sensitivity issues. Glad for the outcome and puzzled why Billy didn't know that Adam and Chelsea had developed a supportive relationship. That's because Billy didn't want to go. No. I guess the writers are establishing a contentious relationship between the two going forward, centered around their concern for Chelsea. Billy will always have a contentious issue where Adam is concerned because of Adam being the one that killed Delia. Always. Adam will never be able to do anything right in Billy's eyes, period. And then it says, it looks like Lily caught the dose of the Abby wine. I love your relationship death couch comment. That's funny. You know what? Lily, I wouldn't necessarily is caught the Abby wine. When you look at it, what did Billy tell Lily about Chelsea? We're working together, and Chelsea reaches, she kisses me. And Lily handled that very well. She goes, wait, she did what? He goes, no, look, trust me, I didn't kiss her. It was out the blue, and I immediately let her know that it was out of line. And so he was saying that no, maybe it's some kind of mixed signals. I don't know how, because I wasn't giving them. And Lily she didn't go off of a deep end with that. You know, Lily naturally is not the jealous kind, but Billy, as of the last few weeks with this whole Johnny situation, is showing so much concern over Chelsea's life, you know, and Billy, he doesn't know what he wants to do with his, but he is running around, and like he went to go to Nate's and he did this and the other. I mean, it's like he's trying to find something to keep busy, anything other than being a COO, right? And so let's see. As for Victoria, this is still Libby. She's downright creepy these days. Oh, she's just so smug. She's almost she was that smug with Ashlyn too. They were both two peas in a pod. Why does she think Nate can come back from such a betrayal? And then she's acting like she had nothing to do with this. Yes, she did. Her whole conversation gave me the willies. It was too pie in the sky with me. It was too, none of it was a real conversation that Victoria, as anybody's boss, has. She has never treated not a one of her employees with a true monicum of respect. Yes, she does her mother because that's her mother. And then she does her brother because Nick is her brother. You know, she deals with her father. She respects her father as her father, but she half tries to hide everything from him because she doesn't want him to override any of her decisions. But have we ever seen Victoria really relate to any of her subordinates at Newman Media? They don't show any subordinates. Nate's not going to be any different. She will not ever talk to Nate or treat Nate as an equal. She doesn't even talk to she does not even talk to Nick as an equal. Pretty much he knows he ain't her equal. He's a COO. She's going to tell him, look, it's my decision to make, and this is my decision. You got to live with that, brother. You know, that's Victoria. It'll be when Nate has something she doesn't know, I don't want to go that route. It's not in the best interest of the company. You know what? It's my decision. It's final, Nate. You know, you're new to this. I'm not new to this. Once you get some time under your belt, okay, you'll see I was right, and it's okay, Nate. And Nate will have to swallow that. So then we've in that comment thread, we've got Ditos, Libby, Ditos. I tell you, Ditos, thank you so much for your transparency, you know, and sharing, you know, some of your family history with us. I'm not going to read those comments online. Please, if you really, anybody watching this recap, you can go, because she did make them public comments for you to listen to. But, you know, I really respect the fact that you we're able to put your thoughts into words, Ditos, so that we know, a little bit about you. And I tell you my condolences to you as well. And then Robin says, today, they had me on the edge too. Chelsea played her role. The writers did a good job because we never know how close to suicide a person is. And Billy did a good job following his mind, checking her out. Young and the Restless, great show. And then she said, today, great recap. They did do a good job. It came out of nowhere for me. I knew Chelsea was spiraling, but they I guess November is an important sweep, right? November sweeps or something. So we could expect some surprises on a lot of soaps. Lasanta said, I never cried so much. And Lily is a nag. She constantly downs Billy for being into people's business. He is right. He was right both times. He was worried about Chelsea and he saved her. I hope she gets the help she needs. No, Adam did not do anything wrong to her. And I really thought she was gone. Thank you, Billy Abbott. Yeah, thank you, Billy Abbott. But that could have been both of them going over. Um, Thank you, Billy Abbott. Nate and Vicky, I can't wait for their downfall. Look, their downfall is going to come from within. It's going to come between conflict from each other. Watch. Or Victor. She's saying, my father wants you. My father would be happy. We haven't heard Victor Newman's thought about the traitor, Nate. Now, he was okay when Nate was, turning his back on his family and betraying his family, giving them secrets. But is he going to be okay with Nate working for them? We don't know yet. Now, do we? Devon will know it was Vicky. Yeah, he sure does. I hate that smirk on her face. She has one too. Yeah, Billy and Lily are done. She keeps bringing up him leaving. Bring Kane back, Jill. You treated him better than Billy anyway. I'm telling you, that's the triangle. It'll be if they brought Kane back, Billy will be saying, look, Lily, I changed my mind. I want to come back as the COO. Because it's funny. Now that I think about it, now that I'm reading this comment, Lily would never reach out to Kane to come and help Chancellor. Never. You mean, how many of us reaches out to our exes like that? However, Jill, on the other hand, for the good of her company, Jill would say, listen, Lily, call a conference call. Her or Devon don't even have to be there because this affects my end of the company. Listen, Lily, I've hired a COO interim until you can find a good one. But in the meantime, this company is new, is going through transitions. I'm bringing in a COO and he's going to be stopping in right about. And Jill will look at her watch and Kane will come through the door looking fine as he want to be. And Lily would be, no, listen, everybody, if you're catching this at the end, I'm making this up. Okay. So people might come in on this part of the recap and say, oh my God, Kane is coming back. And no, I'm making it up. Okay. That's the way the writing should go, in my opinion, because that would make some interesting dynamics there. Woo, man. But anyway, let's get back to business. Let's get right here. Let's see, where am I at? I've got Juanita said Lily is very self-centered. Chelsea was in trouble. I'm glad Billy went to help her. It was the right thing to do. And Lashunta says he did save her life. Lily constantly downs Billy. She also told Devon it wasn't their business. What wasn't their business? When he tried talking about Nate. Oh, when Devon was saying that Elena left. and something has to be up for Elena to leave Nate like that. And Lily did say, well, it's not our business. And then Medora says, OMG, I was scared. And Kiki says, great review, really good episode, had me in tears, great acting. It absolutely was. Monday's episode was absolutely phenomenal. Tuesday's episode, Billy ended up doing the right thing because now we are all confident that Chelsea is going to get the help that she needs. Let's see when they finally decide to bring Adam in the loop regarding his son's mother, you think? So anyway, that is my daily recap for The Young and the Restless for Tuesday, November the 1st.